So here we are. This is our character. We've lined the body, we've lined the hands, and we're ready to move on to the head layer. So let's double click either on the symbol on the stage or double click on the BD symbol in the library, and we're inside our body. This is, as I've said before, it's a comp or a composite, meaning that this symbol has multiple layers and objects inside it that can be controlled individually. There's a layer for the major body elements and also one for the head up here at the top. Now, as you can see, the head is not going to be a single static shape. That would be a very limited and boring kind of character to animate. We're going to need separate layers for the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, mouth, and so on. And if we put these layers in here, just simply adding them, then this is not going to be a very easy to use symbol or a comp. I'm going to undo that, Control Z. So the solution is to add those layers inside a single head symbol. It's going to be a comp inside a comp. And this will allow you to control the animation inside a bounding box or the Russian doll. It'll be its own internal world. It's much easier to control and animate inside. So the first thing we have to do is a basic symbol that will have the properties that we need. The symbol's going to be a head, about this shape, and it will be pivoted around this point here. Let's switch the outline mode off. We can see it in black. So the head's going to rotate around this point. So let's simply select this, hit F8. We'll call it HD for head. Make sure it's symbolized in the center. And that is close enough. A little bit of housekeeping. We've got our head symbol in the library. Just drag it into your character folder so that all our assets are created in here. And now we can double click on the HD symbol. It's close enough for our purposes. So now we have our pivot and our head area, and we can see on the lower layer the reference line work. So we can now begin to create the layers that are going to constitute the head. So as a quick count, I can see the left eye, the right eye, the eyebrows, the mouth. So at this point, as we did with the body, I'm just going to create layers. So the hair upper area, this, maybe a couple more for the hair on the left side of the head, the right side, one for the ear, one for the eyebrow, the other eyebrow, left eye, the right eye, the nose, the mouth, maybe the jaw area, and a little piece of hair at the back of the head. And that's pretty much enough for us to begin with. The other thing we could do at this point, if you like, you don't have to, but you can begin naming these. So let's try to do that. Hair upper, and that would be this area here at the very top. I'm going to call the next area hair right for maybe this area here. We can play with these as we go along, but I like to have some kind of structure as we work. The ear right. And also these layers can be moved as we begin to find that we can prefer the ear be above the hair layer or vice versa. Maybe this hair could be above that ear. Again, we're playing with two-dimensional shapes, and there's a lot of cheating and creative decisions had to be made to find the best combination of layers that will work in the most scenarios. So the eyebrows, eyebrow right. This naming convention that I use is designed to make the forms logical, so they're easy to find and pick out. We're going to have very long vertical timelines with some of these, so it's obviously nice if your eye can scan eye. Is it the right eye or the left eye, and so forth. So this is the system that I found works for me. They'll also stack, you'll see, very nicely in the library as we follow this method too. And I think that should be enough for the moment. So the first thing we should do is to color these layers if we want, and just simply select all the right elements and use the layer color extension. If you don't have the extension, you can do them all one by one, but it's much quicker if you use the extension, which we covered in a previous course. And that's available from toonmonkey.com, along with many other excellent add-ons to Flash, all free. So I'm just going to pick a generic color for everything that's... I'm holding down the control key to multiply select. Undo that. The layers got messed. And that makes it a little easier to see what levels we're working on. So now that we have the layers labeled correctly and colored correctly, it's time to go in and begin actually drawing the vector line art, which will be the final stage before we can actually begin to color the entire character and begin to bring them to life.